everyone. Today we are going to break down one of the most confusing part of UPSC preparation, the myths that surround it. Every aspirant gets to hear so many things about the preparation, but what actually works? In today's interactive session, we are going to separate myths from facts and help you understand what actually works for UPSC preparation. We have Monish Bhawale sir with us, who will help us to understand and break down the myths and the facts. So without any delay, let's start with the questionnaire. Topper strategies work. They know how to clear the exam. Is it a myth or a fact?
Yes, topper strategy can be a blueprint for the examination, and that strategy work for them. But you may also have realized that different topper will give different strategies. Yes, obviously, because every person comes from different education background and have different strengths and weaknesses. So the topper strategy may work for you or may not work for you, because if their strengths, suppose this is the strength of the topper and your strengths also, and you aligns, that is there is overlap, then that strategy may work for you. If they don't overlap, then that strategy may not work for you. So it depends on your strengths and weaknesses whether there is an alignment with the way they think and the way you think also. Suppose a particular topper say had a weakness in answer writing, and that particular topper for that year practice answer writing very holistically and got clear. So if you have weakness in answer writing and that weakness also aligned and you practice answer writing, that may work for you. Suppose a topper solved the PYQs and cleared the examination, that may be the weakness in his or her prep, but are the PYQs the weakness in your prep? If a person has given several mains, that in reality that person has solved all the PYQs, so that may not align, so that strategy may not work. So different people, different strategies will work. So I will say it's neither a myth, neither a fact, depends on the alignment. So neither a myth and neither a fact.
So this is neither a myth and neither a fact.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next question. Age is a big factor. The more you are on the upper limit of age, the less chances you have to qualify.
Yes, age, much of very troubling question that troubles many of the aspirants who are in the higher age bracket. We all know the age bracket for the UPSC is 21 to 32. So it's more of a 11 years of age band. It has a range of 11 years, and of course the exemptions for the some categories. You can be 21, start your prep, or you can be 32, or you started your prep and you're in the age of 32 for still aspiring to clear the examination. Age doesn't matter in this examination as long as you fall in this age bracket. But what matters in this examination is how well you write, and articulate in the mains examination. Of course, you need to clear the prelims first, and yes, recently also the chairman had highlighted that interview score has a correlation with the main score. So high main score means high marks in the interview and vice versa. And yes, in the mains they don't know your profile, whether you are 21, 32, etc. So age doesn't matter at all. What matters your hard work, smart work, and how well you write, how well you articulate. That is the only things that matters to clear this examination. So age is not a big factor. It's totally a myth.
This is a myth. Next we have our third question. PYQs are crucial to preparation.
Yes, PYQs, there has been a lot of talk regarding PYQs in recent years. See, recently also UPSC completed 100 years since its inception. So even if we consider post-independence, 75 years, and if we consider the syllabus change in 2011 and 2013, so almost more than 10 years. So PYQs has been in existence since the inception of the UPSC. So there have been 5 years back also there was PYQs, but there was no such big, what can we say, a big rush behind PYQs. But why now? Because we all say No, some topper must have said that strategy may have worked for them. But yes, PYQs are crucial, but not the only thing in your prep. If you prep only PYQs, then you may miss out on the new questions. That is, PYQs must be known to you, but our brain reacts very differently to new things. So that reaction and articulation you miss out when UPSC will change the trend. Yes, UPSC is known to change the trend every other year. GS2, this year's paper you can see is different from the previous year. So it made all previous years PYQs irrelevant. Also, PYQs are what? They are basically your syllabus is defined, and that syllabus they ask questions. So you should practice questions. Also, PYQs, yes, don't consider it's totally irrelevant, but new questions as well within the domain of the syllabus, so that your brain also reacts to new things in a right manner in the examination hall. So PYQs, yes, crucial, but not the only thing that matters in this examination. PYQ plus new question as well. So I will say it's neither a myth, neither a fact. They are not the only thing. That's the only fact. They can be one of the things, but not the only thing for you to clear this examination. Okay, let's move further.
So our fourth question is, more study means better results.
Yes, many people are keep on asking question, how many hours you should study? See, study hours is very subjective. It depends on your learning and critical grasping things and how you analyze things. For some person, 4 hours or 6 hours in a day would have been enough. For other person, it will take 10-15 hours to grasp the same thing. As we all know, UPSC has a very broad band regarding its who people can appear. You need to be just a graduate in this examination. You can be graduate in any stream. So a particular person will have different background and different learning and analyzing things. So study hours, very relevant question, not much relevant question. Yes, study hours you need to put in, but more study hours does not necessarily mean good results. But yes, study hours you have to put, but it is not that you study 12-15 hours, it will guarantee you clear the examination. You need proper guidance and good critical skills, thinking skills, analyzing skill. A person may be studied for 6-7 hours every day on consistent basis, but having good guidance etc. can also clear this examination. On the other hand, if a person is studying for putting many hours but studying irrelevant things and not analyzing how, not strategizing well, so that will be very irrelevant for that person to clear this examination. So I will say it's totally a myth. It does not guarantee more study hours means better result.
So it's a myth. Let's move to our fifth question. NCERTs are not very helpful. Covering many sources is beneficial.
So basically we have two questions if we consider this a statement. There is NCERTs are not very helpful. This can be one question, and covering many sources is beneficial. So NCERT are not very helpful. See, it's a government examination. NCERT is a government book. Even today, many of the NCERTs are highly relevant even for prelims as well as mains. Questions have been directly plucked up from NCERTs, be it the geography NCERTs. These are evergreen NCERTs. Every prelims you can find direct questions from that NCERT. Even in the mains examination, you can answer the question geography related from those NCERTs. Other NCERTs are not that enriched as geography NCERT, but they will give a good foundation base for you. Also, one polity NCERT is also there, and even economics NCERT, that also are highly relevant. Questions have come directly from them. I will say stick to original sources. NCERT is, yes, very much important for this examination. Read the authentic sources. NCERT is not some abridged version or etc. Originality is originality. Author writes in a certain way that will helps you understand better. And other is covering many sources is beneficial. Yes, some sources are needed, not many. One subject you should stick to one source. I will say for prelims or in optional or other GS papers, some diversification of sources needed, but not many. Limited sources limited sources, limited reading, but more thinking and analyzing. This is a critical thinking examination. So many sources is beneficial, not at all. It's a myth, and the first one is also a myth. So it's totally a myth.
So our fifth question is also a myth. Let's move to our sixth question. If you are updated with current affairs, you can qualify prelims. Newspapers are old school. Why work hard on reading the notes when they are available?
Okay, here too there are two questions within it. So first is if you are updated with current affairs, you can qualify prelims. Yes, if you are updated, you can qualify. But current affairs, prelims is not only current affairs. If only current affairs you rely on, trust me, it will be a very difficult 2 hours for you in the prelims paper of the GS. Yes, updated can help, but it's not the only thing. So yes, if we can say it's neither a myth, neither a fact, because only if you write only, it will become a totally a myth, but it's neither a myth, neither a fact. And newspapers are old school. Why work hard? Even not at all. It's all, yes, newspaper are been existence for a long, but newspaper tell you the news etc. in a story format. So story format is easier to understand etc. Notes are what? It's more for revision. It's difficult to remember things. You will end up mugging up. But we all know this is UPSC, not state PCs or other examination where mugging up will help. Critical thinking and critical abilities of analyzing things will come when you read the entire topic very holistically. So that will help you open up various dimensions. And UPSC also nowadays asks things from very different angle. They will ask GS2 type question in the ethics paper. So without knowing everything, the story behind it, say constitutional morality question was there in the ethics paper, but we all know it's from GS2. But you have to write in ethics without knowing all the dimension of that story, etc. It will be extremely difficult for you to open up ethical angles in that question. So yes, the newspapers are old school, not at all. Newspaper are highly relevant. I will say it's a myth. And the first question is neither a myth and neither a fact. That is current affairs will help you qualify the prelims. Okay.
Let's move to next question. Prelims and mains need different strategies.
Prelims and mains, yes, the two exams of the cycle. See, yes, both are different examination. Obviously, they will need different strategies. Mains has different strategy. You have to write there continuously, and prelims is MCQs. Yes, it's totally a fact. Both need different strategy, and different set of skills are tested there. Yes, it's totally a fact. Not much to talk about. It's not a myth. It's a fact.
Prelims and mains need different preparation.
So prelims and mains need different preparation. Yes, both exams are different, but a question can be prelims and mains need different kind of preparation. And preparation is not totally different nowadays because there is a substantial, especially after the 2013 revision of syllabus by the UPSC, because there is substantial overlap of the prelim syllabus with the main syllabus. See, if we draw this two circles representing a Venn diagram, this much is the overlap of the prelims and the main syllabus. Preparing for mains will also help you prepare for the prelims examination, because we know this overlap. The GS2, GS1, even GS3 has an overlap with the prelims of GS papers of the mains are substantially overlap. Same sources more or less you read. The exceptional is optional and also ethics paper. So these are the only things which do not find overlap. Main different preparation, no, it's you have to study in an integrated manner. First, you target these two papers before you begin your prelims preparation, because this is not an does not have an overlap, and you will have a vacuum of 2 months, 3 months when you start your pre prep, depending when you start your prelims preparation, because in those months you won't be studying this, and then all of a sudden you will be result will come of the prelims, and then you will be in the mains mode, and there this vacuum, then these things will take time. And also we all know how there is less time nowadays. It's around 90 days. I won't say it's 90 exactly, but 60 to 70 days will yes, naturally a human being will wait for prelims result, etc. So yes, no, it's do prelims and mains need different preparation? Not at all. So I'll say it's a myth. It's an integrated preparation is needed because of the substantial overlap of the prelims and the main syllabus.
Essay needs no separate preparation.
Yes, essay is basically amalgamation of the knowledge you have read in your GS papers. So definitely doesn't need a separate preparation. Only separate preparation is what it's you need to write in a holistic manner, in a smooth flow. The essay should be, so it should be continuous manner. So basically, it's more of a writing prep extra you need to do, but no separate preparation. You need whatever knowledge, etc. you have gathered from newspaper, from the GS paper, that is your essay preparation. So yes, it's totally fact. Your essay does not need any separate preparation.
So it's a totally fact question. A particular optional has a decisive advantage over other.
A particular optional has a decisive advantage over other. Yes, there may be some popular optional. People take optional because that optional is very scoring, but not necessarily true. Optional score depends on your hard work, smart work, and your guidance. Even the UPSC chairman in the interview he had held, he has clearly said all optionals, we take the raw marks of all the optional. After obtaining the raw marks, we apply a statistical method. They have their own method from where they scale the optional to a same level. They must be having many variables, average, deviation, etc. So no optional has a decisive advantage, no optional has a decisive disadvantage. Depends on how well you prep, how well you write, and how well you articulate, how well guidance is available, how good study material is available. So it's totally a myth, not a fact at all.
Should an aspirant start preparation in school? Does it give them leverage over those who start preparing after graduation?
Aspirants start preparation from the school. It's not recommended at all. Learning is a continuous process. It's not that you skip your learning in the school and you start UPSC. Not at all. Not at all recommended. There is continuous development and continuous development of critical thinking skills. See, I will give you a very simplistic illustration. You learn first ABCD, right? Then you learn to write sentences. So you start your prep. When you're in school, study your school syllabus very holistically. Try to excel in your school learning. Then move to college. And also, I don't recommend you start preparation in the college as well. Focus on your degree, etc. Good marks in the degree is also an outcome of having good critical thinking skills, which are tested in the UPSC as well. But one thing you can do is that in the college, if you want to plan in such a way that you take those target that optional which you have taken, which you have graduated on. That can be one smart strategy, but not necessarily. Many engineers are taking art subjects and also clearing this examination with very high marks. So not at all. This is not at all recommended. You start in start in school, give them over leverage those, not at all. It's totally a myth. I will not even recommend you start your preparation in school or in college. Focus on your learning, whatever you are learning in school and college. Excel in that. That will help you in developing your skills required to clear this examination. So it's totally a myth.
Let's further move to our next question. Rote learning is the key to preparation.
Rote learning, yes, you need to mug up some things, but not at all. Rote learning is a sure way to disaster in this examination. This examination is, questions are not direct. They have implicitly they ask many things. They have many variables. We all have discussed how the GS4 question, GS2 type questions comes in GS4, even in optional. We say public administration, there too they are GS2 and GS3 type questions. But if you end up writing those type of question without the subjects aspects, you optional aspect, you are sure won't get any marks. That is for sure. So rote learning is a sure way to disaster. It may work for other examinations, but not in UPSC. It tests, again I'm saying, critical thinking skills, innovation, logical reasoning. Even a similar question was asked in the ethics paper. The significance of critical thinking and logical reasoning for civil servants. So that they are asking directly. So yes, not at all is not the key. So it's totally a myth, I will say.
This comes to our last question. Optional plays a crucial role in the mains examination.
Optional, yes, it's 250 marks. Other GS 1, 2, 3, 4 are, and essays also there, 250 marks each. So optional in all is 500 marks. But I will say optional plays the most crucial role in determining whether you will be qualifying the mains examination or not. Because see, everyone, if we plot that some kind of graph, or say regarding the distribution of the marks of the aspirants, the majority of the crowding will be here for rest of the GS paper. GS, I will specifically GS. I'll draw it again. See, if we plot the marks of the aspirants who are giving mains, if you can see this curve, you can see that majority of the distribution of the marks of the GS 1, 2 and 3 will be on a similar scale, because it's everyone reads similar material, etc., and it's difficult to score extremely high marks as compared to your competitors in the GS 1, 2 and 3 papers. But optional is a crucial role. Yes, optional people score very high marks and very low marks as well, along with the ethics paper. So optional plays a very crucial role. If you take out the marks of this year's people who are qualified, or the several years, you can see the differentiating factor. One of the differentiating factor must be the optional score marks. Of course, there will be some outliers, but optional, yes, plays a very crucial role in determining whether you will be qualifying the mains examination and also the civil services examination. It's totally a fact, I will say, not a myth.
So this comes to the end of our interactive session. Thank you, Monish, Bhawale sir, for such a wonderful session and wonderful interaction discussion. We will take many more other questions, and I hope this interactive session helps you. Happy learning.